Welcome to Little Wonders Jr., where small ideas become big courage, and every child has a special power. Today's story is about a quiet voice that changed everything. Let's begin. What if being quiet was not a weakness, but a hidden strength? What if the bravest child in school was the one who spoke the least? This is the story of a quiet voice that saved the day. This is Neil. Neil loved thinking. Neil loved watching. Neil loved understanding things deeply. But Neil did not like speaking in front of others. Neil, softly to himself, I know the answer, but maybe someone else should say it. In class, voices flew like birds. Kids shouted, me, I know. Neil stayed quiet, not because he didn't know, but because being quiet felt safe. Ms. Aurora, the school teacher, announces, tomorrow is show and tell day. Kids shouted in excitement, yay! But Neil started thinking, stand up, speak, everyone watching? His comfort zone suddenly felt very small. What if my voice shakes? What if I say it wrong? Neil quietly says, I'm better staying quiet. But deep inside, his heart whispered, what if you try? Echo, a soft glowing spirit, says, hello, Neil. Neil, in a frightened tone, asks, who are you? To which Echo replied, I am Echo. I live inside quiet thinkers. Quiet is not weak. Quiet notices what others miss. But sometimes, quiet must step forward, even if it feels scary. Neil thinks and in a feeble tone said, maybe I can try. There is chaos in the classroom. Looking at the empty puppy basket, kids worried and said, Bingo is gone. Others replied, he was just here. Then, Ms. Aurora said, everyone calm down. Neil's heart beat fast. While others shouted, Neil looked carefully. Echo, soft whisper. This is your moment. Neil knew the answer, but speaking meant leaving his comfort zone. All of a sudden, Neil's heartbeat raised and closed his eyes. He felt like there was no one present in the classroom, and a ray of light protecting him from all the negative thoughts and whispers. You are the best in your own way. Now Neil stood up and said, Ms. Aurora, I think Bingo went outside near the garden shed. The room went silent. Ms. Aurora applauded. Neil, you were right. And the kids clapped for Neil. Yay! Neil didn't shout. Neither did he run away from the problem. But Neil saved the day. Echo quietly disappeared and said, you didn't stop being quiet. You just learned when to speak. Echo faded because Neil no longer needed her. Neil learned something magical. Being quiet is okay. Being scared is okay. But staying silent when you can help is how chances are missed. So if you have an idea, if you notice something important, be brave. Take one small step outside your comfort zone. Because your voice, even a quiet one, can change everything. At Little Wonders Jr., we believe every child has a superpower. Some are just quieter than others. Thank you for listening to my story. If this story made you smile or gave you a little courage, tap like, subscribe to Little Wonders Jr., and share the magic with a friend. Because every child's voice matters. See you in the next story.